Y'all wanna do an unbagging? I know I do.
What in the hell was that? I don't know. I just want to start off by saying sorry for all the propaganda in my last few unboxing videos, guys. It seems like I'm under complete brainwash by the corporate elites. Clearly the news outlets showcasing Donald Trump's own tweets are rotting my brain. Okay, so I got some more Battlefield 5 recommended videos today in my YouTube feed. Is this seriously still going on? So let me get this right. Women on the front line, bad, not historically accurate. Women bad. Okay, I'm sorry. This has nothing to do with women. Yet nobody was freaking the when Nazi symbols were removed in Call of Duty WW2. Just pointing that out. Yes, this Battlefield madness is all about historical accuracy. Ha ha! Seriously, that's a good one. Look how stupid and reactionary male gamers look in the YouTube gaming community. Ha ha ha! Bitching about social justice warriors and hurting your own argument at the same time. Ha ha! And you don't even see this. Ha ha! Amazing. Because constant sequels and rehashed themes can't be a reason for low pre-orders. Not being able to pre-order a physical copy on Amazon, no, that's not an issue. Oversaturation, no, that's not an issue. It's all social justice warriors and women on the front line.
Mom! Mother! Battlefield isn't going to be historically accurate, Mother! Quick, Mother! Turn on the History Channel! I need my fix! Quick, Mother! Buy me a copy of the History Channel's video game, The History of War, A Nation Divided, on the 360, Mother! Battlefield 5 just isn't gonna cut it!
So yeah, guys, if you don't mind, before we get into these packages, maybe I'll do some stupid news. This just in, airline passenger admits arriving in New Jersey with a neck pillow full of cocaine. Better hurry up and build that wall, Donald. I still can't speak, damn it. Okay, this was an actual news story. This was a headline. This was an article. This is how sad we've gotten. It says Ben Affleck stopped by Jack in the Box on his way to rehab. Seriously? This was an actual news story? You think Jennifer Gardner's like in the drive-thru and she's just sounds very serious. She's like, look, we need two tacos for $1, whatever the hell that is, or, you know, Jack in the Crack burger, I need it now. And then the person in the drive-thru is like, why so serious? And she's like, look, we're taking Batman to rehab. Yeah, so there's that. And then there's this one. Florida man attempts to rob Krispy Kreme, demands money and donuts. They're like freaking out. We gave you the donuts, man. We gave you the donuts. I need money and donuts. Give me money and donuts. You think the first thing they gave him was donuts or money? I'm sure they immediately went to the drawer and gave him money, and now they're freaking out, and he's like, I still need donuts. Give me the donuts. And usually when people are like robbing you and taking money out of the till, like, is this all you have? Just a couple of $100? This is it? Instead, this guy's like, give me all your money and donuts. Give me the donuts behind the counter. Give me the donuts now. And then he's like, you only have 12 donuts? Yeah, so there was that. Here's an interesting one. Florida security guard documents farts online for 6 months. Immediately gets fired. Ha ha! Should we talk about Jake Paul? Who? Ha ha! Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. I wish I didn't know who Jake Paul was, but I do know who Jake Paul is. So we won't talk about the Jake Paul fight, because honestly, who gives a shit? Probably 12-year-olds. And anybody in the video game community that likes to regurgitate drama for clicks and revenue. I forgot to warn you in this video, we may or may not be talking about abortion. Not really talking about abortion, but the word abortion is going to get brought up. So, if that's going to upset you, go ahead and hit dislike now and just move on. Or go ahead and hit dislike now and just continue watching. So before we get into the abortion story, here's one. Has nothing to do with abortion. Police investigating 50 car burglaries in a small town. All of the cars were left unlocked. Well, there's not much to investigate then, is there? All right? Oh, here's a good one. This is in my neck of the woods, okay? Did you hear about the guy that shot at 5 women on the road because he thinks only men should drive? Sounds like one of those pathetic bastards on YouTube crying over Battlefield 5.
It's not historically accurate. Ha ha!
Why didn't we get upset about the Nazi symbols getting removed out of Call of Duty? Oh yeah, because that didn't blow up into a thing on YouTube, so nobody bothered to repeat that talking point because of the echo chamber of stupidity in the gaming community on YouTube. That's why nobody got upset over the whole no Nazi symbols in Call of Duty WW2. Yeah. Why didn't we blame the social justice warriors for that one? I mean, why else would you remove, Nazi symbols from a WW2 game? Anyway, before we tear into these packages, let's get into abortion. That means this is the part of the segment where I may or may not be talking about Planned Parenthood. If this triggers you, hit dislike and leave now. Or you could just watch it and get triggered. So I was watching Fox News. Yeah, I know. So anyway, yeah. I was watching Fox News. I saw this headline, so I had to watch it. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos is reportedly considering allowing states to use federal funds to buy firearms for educators. Now, because I'm going to continue on with this and talk about some things, does not mean I want your guns taken away. Did I make that clear? So let me just read that again. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos, if that's even how you say her name, is reportedly considering allowing states to use federal funds to buy firearms for educators. So federal funds are taxpayer funds, right? So do you remember when we all flipped out and we tried to have that narrative that Planned Parenthood was using federal funds for abortions? When most federal funds come through, Medicaid, yes, government-funded health insurance plan, as I bite my tongue again, for people with low incomes. They provide things like life-saving cancer screenings. Pretty sure John McCain would approve of that. What? Meaning he was a pretty reasonable Republican other than being a war hawk. Jeez, do I have to explain my sarcasm? Yes, or someone will get triggered. Okay, yeah. And then there's that whole Title X thing that helps families that don't have access to family planning. Keyword, family planning. But there was this whole defund Planned Parenthood outrage, even though millions of people depend on it. You know what I'm saying? So I was just thinking, maybe we could toss some of that federal funding to school teachers for more school supplies. It's not like 94% of teachers spend their own money on school supplies. Like $250. Hell, even $479 in a 2-year span. But hey, let's defund Planned Parenthood. Screw those federal funded cancer screenings. Let's start buying guns for teachers. America. Yeah, so there's that. Hey, so if teachers get guns, since they gotta buy their own school supplies and that's like $479 in a 2-year span, does that mean teachers will now have to buy their own bullets to shoot students too? Just remember this, guns don't kill students. Teachers with guns kill students. And what kind of bizarro world are we living in? Where we're like, you know what, let's just toss around the idea for federal funding for guns for teachers when they can't even buy their own fucking school supplies. Okay? This might be before some people's time, but I used to get my ass whipped in school by the principal or by the coach. And there was a huge wooden, I don't even know what you call it, but they used it across my ass and they would drill holes in it. So it would just whoosh just whoosh. And some of those coaches, some of those coaches or those principals they'd make you brace yourself across the table, okay? And then they'd hit you so hard, it'd raise your ass. You just raise your ass up like just, oh yeah, just, oh, you know, maybe we should bring some discipline back in school before we start going, hey, let's arm teachers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there'd be more respect there if some kids that were smart asses were getting their asses whipped. I'm just saying, okay? Which reminds me of one time, and this was great. I got in trouble at school, and the principal was going to go whip my ass, okay? He calls my mom. My mom's such a crazy bitch that my mom's like, I'll be right down there to whip his ass. Let me do it. Okay? So my mom leaves work and I can just imagine her just driving. Oh, I'm gonna whip his ass. I'm really gonna whip his ass. Oh, I'm stuck in traffic. Now I'm whipping his ass. What did he do? I don't give a shit. I'm whipping his ass. They got a paddle. I don't have to do it with my own belt. I don't have to do it with his dad's belt. I'm whipping this kid's ass. Work pissed me off. I'm whipping this kid's ass. I could just see her just. And she gets to the school and she's gonna whip my ass. So the principal's like, I was gonna whip your ass, but your mom is driving down here to whip your ass. And I'm like, oh, great. Well, here's the great thing about that. The principal whips ass. I mean, he whips some ass. You got bruises, you got waffle marks all over your ass when he's done, okay? You can't sit down. My mom shows up, whip my ass. My mom asks, well, how many times do you do it? He's like, 3. My mom's like, I'll do it 6 times. And then I'll add one for good measure, okay? But my mom, here's the great thing. She doesn't hit as hard as the principal. So she saved my ass, even though she didn't know it, okay? So with that said, let's get into some unboxings. And then my mom, the great psychotic loving mother that she was, she's like, she'd tell that story at the dinner table when guests are over, like, oh, they called me, they were going to whip his ass. I drove down there, took off work to whip my son's ass. Just giggle about it and have a good time. Oh, thank God for cancer. Didn't just knock John McCain out. It kicked her ass too, so I don't have to deal with her anymore.
How could you say that about your mother?
Oh, well, it's pretty simple. You didn't know her.
The discussion of federal funding, guns, and abortion did not trigger me. But the story about your mother and the complete lack of disrespect, sir, has given you at least one dislike.
Well, then awesome. You know, I'm not gonna lie, my ass hurts just thinking about all that. Look what we have here. It's Portal Knights. But wait a minute, didn't you just buy that? Maybe. So yeah, I bought Portal Knights on the Nintendo Switch because once again, since the Nintendo Switch is portable, have a little bit more desire to buy it on that console so that if I want to play it here, get, you know, to a certain point and then play it at work on lunch, pick up from that point. There's a lot of reasons to buy something like that. Plus, it's not like a graphically, you know, heavy-hitting game that you need to see in 4K and 60 frames per second. But I did hear that they're running this game on the Xbox One X in 4K and 60 frames per second. So I was inquisitive. I wanted to see what it looked like. And here's the deal. Me and my girlfriend played this split screen. From what I understand, I think it runs 1080p and 30 frames per second. But clearly the frames must drop, or they must drop when you're playing two-player to, I don't know. They got to drop below that, and something's going on, because the day I played this, it kind of got me nauseous. And it may have just been because of the split screen, and I haven't played a split screen game since Nintendo 64. So maybe just me, you know, doing my thing on my screen and seeing her screen move around kind of in the corner of my eye kind of threw me off. I felt a little nauseous. I wanted to puke, okay? I just felt, and, you know, took her out to eat. And I was just like, gosh, it seems like a cool game. It's like, what's that Dragon's Quest Builders, like, shoved into Minecraft little thing kind of going on here. And that Dragon Quest Builders, I want to get that, but it's a little expensive. This was only $27. So, and right now they actually have Minecraft today, right this second, for $20 at Walmart. Somebody just sent me, the guy that sends me all the Funko Pop deals sent me a deal in regards to that. He also sent me a deal in regards to an OLED 77-inch TV, which I would love to get. Anyway, so with that said, I'm sure this one doesn't have a book. We'll go ahead and open it up. Because, I wanted a cooperative 3D RPG sandbox game for me and my girlfriend. And once again, once I get her a Nintendo Switch, she'll have, I could send this back to Amazon if I want, or I can keep it off to the side for her so she has something to play separately. So, I was like, oh, look, it comes with a book. No, it does not come with a book. It comes with a piece of paper. Game add-on download code from Xbox. Golden Throne Pack. Now for your extra content. Well, why didn't I get that in Portal Knights on the Nintendo Switch? They probably did. They just didn't make a big deal out of it. Explore dozens of randomly generated blocky items, islands, and restore peace. Well, that's cool. Guess I won't be playing Donald Trump. And now, for the retro unboxing. Right here, we've got some Super Nintendo goodness. Oh yeah. Fresh off the press from eBay. Oh, look at that. I like the way that's packed. I'm liking the way they did this. I know the game has a box. I know it has a pre-owned sticker on it. Looked like it was decent. That looks pretty decent. Look at that. Look at that. What do we got here? And you could take a hairdryer. I don't own a hairdryer. I should, with all this luscious hair. I wonder why I still have my hair. Maybe you just lose your hair when you regurgitate video game drama for a living on YouTube. Or maybe you lose your hair when you stress out over the Xbox One S being an upgrade or not. And it was, and it had HDR, so it was an upgrade. The PlayStation comes out with an upgrade, I'm not buying that shit. If the Xbox comes out with an upgrade, I'm not buying that shit. Months later, Xbox One S. Hey, I bought it. Let's have an unboxing. Hey, look, I got a PlayStation 4 Pro. Let's have an unboxing. Well, I got to bitch about it to make ad revenue on my channel, guys. I do this for a living. Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't. I don't have to complain about video games at all. That's a relief. Just remember, guys, opinions change because the industry changes. So let's get into some of this wrestling golden age right here. We got Bret Hart, Bam Bam Bigelow, 1-2-3 Kid, Diesel, Doink, Lex Luger, Luna, I can't even say her last name, Owen Hart. You mean they put a woman in this game? Are you kidding me? They put a woman in this wrestling game back in 1994. All men, and then there's this one woman. At least she looks like a woman. So what do we got? Owen Hart, Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Yakuza something or other. I don't know how to say his name. Still aggravated about this whole woman in this wrestling game thing. Just think.
It's been brought to my attention, LJN, that you have added a woman into this wrestling game for diversity, and clearly they do not exist in the real world or in wrestling. This angers me profusely. I will be making multiple outraged videos about this on YouTube, and I will also be monetizing my channel. I will be more outraged than the social justice warriors that were outraged to get a woman put into this game. Clearly, your hand was forced in regards to putting a woman in my wrestling game.
So anyway, guys, let's check out the manual. For some reason, the knuckleheads at Funko Land, because this looks like an old Funko Land sticker, because I used to run Funko Land before GameStop bought it. EB actually tried to buy it before EB was bought out by GameStop, and EB tried to buy us out. And then Barnes & Noble swooped in, which is GameStop, threw money on the table, boom. Pulled it out from under the table from EB. Then, years later, bought EB. So this looks like a Funko sticker from when I ran a Funko. I could be wrong. I would say I'm 99% correct on that. Anyway, I don't know what jackass at Funko Land would put a pre-owned sticker on a Super Nintendo booklet on a pre-owned game. I get the whole pre-owned piece, but you know, did they have like a new copy opened up they were going to confuse this with? I don't know why you would do that. So anyway, it's got a pre-owned sticker on there. The corners are bent right there, but hey, for a game that came out in 1994, you know. And a lot of people like this one on the Super Nintendo. And, you know, one of my subscribers bought me, which one was it? I think it was WrestleMania on the Sega Genesis. Sent that to me. That was super cool. And so I just thought, hey, I'd get the, you know, this is on the Genesis and on the Super Nintendo. A lot of the times, though, some things are really fantastic on the Genesis compared to the Super Nintendo when it comes to resolution and stuff like that. Obviously, the Super Nintendo had colors. A lot of people argue that the music was better, and it just depends in regards. I mean, they both had their pluses and minuses. In regards to this, I was going to buy it on the 32X, but it's super expensive on the 32X, and come to find out, I could be wrong. I could be thinking about a different wrestling game, but I think this game on the 32X actually runs at 30 frames per second, when on the Super Nintendo and the Genesis, this was running at 60 frames per second. And back in the day, they actually, besides now that people do like it, there was actually some decent reviews in regards to Super Nintendo, if I remember correctly. And people still seem to think this is a fun game. Unfortunately, we never got anything like Fire Pro Wrestling. I thought I'd fire up the Genesis, fire up the wrestling game, then fire up the Super Nintendo and fire up WWE Raw. And then maybe when Fire Pro Wrestling comes out on the PlayStation 4, I'd pick that up because it does have that sprite-based type hand-drawn art style, reminiscent of old school, but no life bar. So you just got to play the game and decide whether your character's tired or not. So anyway, I just thought it'd be cool to pick this up and play it, and I got it for a decent price with the box book in the game. The funny thing is, this was pre-owned at $29.99 probably 20 years ago, okay? Because that's about how old that tag would be. Well, it'd be maybe 12, right? If I'm going back with the days that when I worked for GameStop, would it be, well, no, because it'd be 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, about 16, 17 years ago. It'd be that long ago. So the funny thing is, I got it for $35. I don't think that's too bad, considering at one point it was pre-owned for $30, and I've got the little box here. I've got this box, was in decent condition, maybe except for that right there, not a big deal. I've got the book, which isn't tore up. Actually have a nice plastic slipcover, and I've got the game, which does not look nasty. The back of the sticker's not tore up. The top of the sticker's not tore up. And there you go. So, if you don't have it, Sean, now it's time for you to get it. So, yep. And that's why I continue to make my videos. You know, I wasn't going to make videos. And I definitely didn't want to come home and write a video and make a video. Because I do kind of pre-plan, obviously, my unboxings. I wanted to add some stupid news and just make it fun. And for people that appreciate my sense of humor or my outlook on life or whatever. And just wanted to share this with a few friends of mine. And obviously, if you subscribe to my channel and you enjoy what I'm doing, that's fantastic. So with that said, guys, I want to go download that Portal Knights off that disc onto my Xbox One and check that out in 4K 60 frames per second. Play that with my girlfriend, maybe get something to eat first. And y'all have a great day. Seriously. Y'all have a fantastic day, guys. Take care.